Future Greens is a urban vertical farm, which means we grow fresh produce year-round inside a city.
The idea started about 3 years ago. Climate change is making farming really difficult, and that we're really vulnerable to the weather when we're growing outdoors. And that's got us looking into what are some novel, more resilient methods, and that's where we stumbled upon vertical farming.
Vertical farm, in principle, is very simple. We all know that plants need light, water, and nutrients. And we're just taking that inside, and rather than relying on the sun and the rain and all these external conditions, if we can control those factors, we can get a perfect harvest every single time.
University has been the reason why my team got together. I met David through the university, and then we also got joined by Alistair and Alex as they were doing dissertations related to vertical farming, so it was a really natural fit for our team. University has taught me to be an independent thinker, as well as to be really good at problem solving. I think especially when doing a degree in engineering, there were lots of difficult projects I had to manage, and this really transfers to my work here at Future Greens as there's lots of different things going on at the same time. I wasn't part of the Emerge program, I actually was a mentor on it. So I was working for Emerge. I was one of the first interns and actually helped launch this service. Being part of them has really helped me in the first year when launching the company while we were doing things while not having any revenue and not having investment. So for me that was good support, but at the same time it really helped me share my experience as a recent startup founder and graduate. It made me realize how far I've come, even though I felt like I was just at the beginning of my startup journey.
Future Greens is basically the combination of vertical farming with anaerobic digestion. So it's a completely circular system where we take in food waste from the community and then we process that food waste in our anaerobic digester. That produces biomethane, which we then burn, and from that energy we power our whole farm.
There's a really nice brewery across the road, which is great for team socials. Also, that's where we're collecting our feedstock for anaerobic digester.
Our cow Molly has provided our first feedstock, essentially, so it was 20,000 litres of their cow poop has been delivered. Yeah, we're forever grateful.
We started outside. We quickly understood that the climate is getting worse and worse, it's getting more unpredictable, which makes it really hard to farm outside.
Farmers are struggling because you've both got climate change, but at the same time, due to intensive agricultural practices, the soil is becoming less and less nutritious. Therefore, more and more chemicals need to be thrown into the soil to keep crops alive. With this method of agriculture we're pioneering, we're really looking to make agriculture more resource efficient, decoupling our food production from interfering with nature and its ecosystems.
You can use 95% less water, you're more land efficient, you're much more disease resistant.
The climate is getting worse. Traditional farming is the biggest user and polluter of fresh water worldwide. Due to unsustainable farming practices, we've already lost over 30% of arable soil in the past 40 years, while the population of the world is growing exponentially. By 2050, we'll need 70% more food, and to accomplish that, we're going to need more efficient and more sustainable farming, food production.
It took us a while to find a site that we wanted to use. Something that was really important for us was to still be in Sheffield, because that's where we all graduated, that's where we live, that's the city that we know. And this site we have the yard and medical room and toilets from an old steel factory. We've been pretty DIY the whole time that we've been here. So to get all of these containers in, we got them dropped off at the gate, but the other side of the sword, or this really nice and enclosed site, is that you can't get a truck in here. So we had to get them dropped off at the gate, and we got all of our skates and these big winches and just dragged it the whole way into the site. And all of these containers came in by hand.
The idea is to be able to pick up this farm and put it in Manchester, put it in Birmingham, put it in London. We want to be able to prove this concept so that we can keep it on a local scale, but then also sort of have it replicable across the country.
With our concept, we're really pioneering a method of growing in a really small space, which could be done in a city, so that we could really connect urban dwellers with their food and delivering the freshest nutrients that don't have to travel half across the country to reach their plate.